Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. I just wanted to give you a little extra time with the dancing squirrels. Did you like the new dancing squirrels? Where's Creative? He'd be so proud. He gave me that little dancing squirrel video like a year ago. Finally got it going. No kidding, Will. It's snowing up there? Hot dog. It's cold here, but it's not snowing yet. That one squirrel ruining it for all the others. The master of the sequel, or the squirrel, or something like that. We're in 1080p. Yeah, I found the setting. I found the setting, Quindor, and I don't know why it resets. I think this is what happens. I think when OBS does an update, it sets it back to 720. So I probably every time it does an update, I'm gonna have to go in and do that. Which fortunately it hasn't updated in a while. High res, woo! How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I need some help with the Sonoff portage. Uh-oh. I get some sensors in regular Tesmoda and some in RF RAW format. Is it okay to drive in this all the time, or how do you do it? That's a good question, Henrik. You're not gonna like the way I do it. I have two. I have one that is porstediched and one that is not porstediched. So the ones that accept regular codes, I just do them in the regular one, the old one that I've had set up since. It's actually, I was looking at it the other day, it's got Tesmoda 5.7 on it. And what are we on, like 9 or something? So, but I think you can do it the same. I think you can do it with just the short key. If you just do RF key, well, with those codes, well, it should work. It should work, but I don't know 100%. I'm really, really sorry. I don't know the answer to that. Does WLED work on the ESP01? I think so, Yusuf. I think so. I think as long as it has at least 1 megabyte of memory, it should work. There may be some ESP8266 chips that have less. In that case, you probably wouldn't be able to do it because I think it's bigger than 500 megabytes. So if it's not at least a megabyte of, 500 kilobytes. So at least if your memory on your chip is not at least 1 megabyte, it probably won't work. You can use both. It's just good to close off with WR. Thank you, Omar. What are we fixing today? How's it going, man? How come you're not a mod in that with that account? We got to change that. There you go. All right, how's everybody doing? So, is there a Node MCU with an external antenna or only the D1? I only know of the D1, Denvin. I only know of the D1 that has the external antenna. Sorry. I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way you could, solder something on there. There probably is. It's probably as simple as it's just a wire, right? So just scrape off enough of this would be an experiment and it may ruin it. But if you scrape off a little bit of the lacquer or whatever that's on top of the antenna on the Node MCU, and then get yourself some long piece of copper and solder it on there, might work. Shared some news about the upcoming ESP32 antenna version yesterday. Okay, good. I was hoping that I could share that. Well, so Quindor, I'll sum it up in person words, but Quindor, you can post something too if you have clip a link to your video or something. So Quindor has, in his ridiculous, amazing circuit board design skills, he's made an ESP32. That's the Pro that has the external antenna. And it's going to be available at some point to plug into like a D1, well, you can use it for anything you want, but it's going to be able to plug into the Dig Uno or Dig Quad. What do you think of that? Can you use if this then that to schedule WLED? I kind of think there was something, but I would not recommend it. I think the best way to schedule it, oh gosh, macros for now, but there's going to be something better than macros coming. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. Fabulous Teletubbies of Isengard. How's it going? Bard Snagglebug. That's a cool name. Nothing to share yet, but it's coming. Okay. Had an amazing adventure diffusing his LEDs. Uh-oh. Quindor, 3 hours putting the strip into a diffuser. That's awesome. I use automations and Home Assistant lights on and off. Yeah. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So who is it was asking about this? Mike. So Mike, you don't use Home Assistant or something else? What are the other calendar options? I know when you have, when you have a WLED interface like this, I use the macros, some, well, not on this particular one, but I have used the macros. Let's see if I can find. Gosh, I didn't finish this one either. Which one was it that I don't remember which one I made my master. I don't remember the numbers of them. I don't remember the IP addresses. Isn't that funny? And I don't have my phone. Oh man, we're off to a great start. You're using macros now, but you're looking for something better? Okay, yeah, I can't blame you for that. Well, I don't remember if there's an if this then that. I don't think so. He did. Oh, you can use the countdown timer in there. Did you try that yet? If you go to the countdown timer like this, so countdown mode, and then year, month, minute, second. But then what does it play? Then you have to set what it plays when it hits the countdown. Yeah, countdown over macro. So you can set a macro, say that it's, but it's only going to do one time. It's only going to do one time. It's not going to do it, like it would start it on July 4th, but it wouldn't do anything else, It wouldn't do it again. Yeah, I don't know about, sorry, if this then that. Sorry, man. Home Assistant. Oh, Home Assistant, which is actually topic number 1 today. Are we going to put an arc welder? Oh gosh, this is good. Are we going to put arc welder on Octoprint along with Marlin firmware on the Ender? Oh gosh, really? Wow. No, I don't even know what those things are. Arc welder on Octoprint along with Marlin firmware for the Ender. Not today, but that sounds very intriguing. Tell me what arc welder does, because I've not heard of it before. All right, Stubbs, got your display all done? Nice. I did miss, somebody else. Can you not just call a webhook? Yeah, actually, good point, Sam. You can call a webhook, right? Because you can set a URL, right, for a specific effect, and then make a webhook that would trigger, and I guess that would be through if this then that, right? Because you could set a calendar to trigger the webhook and then have the webhook activate the WLED effect. That might work. Is it worth it to use white channel for Ambilight TV, or should I stick with RGB? Kuba, I think stick with RGB. There is a fair bit of white on the TV sometimes, but there's so much other color. I think you would be just adding complexity and price, and you probably wouldn't notice a difference. But I can't say, I haven't tried it. That would just be my guess. I'm new. Any repo recommendations for Home Assistant automation examples? There used to be a whole bunch of cookbook stuff, but it's probably so old now. I don't know if it's how up to date it is. They used to have a whole thing here about cookbooks. Need help. Videos, talks, workshops, media coverage. Wow. This is all different than the last time I looked at it. Discord, forum, community. I don't know. It used to be a cookbook. Can I post links to a good cookbook? I think so, Kuba. I think so. Preview is black because there is no light on. Oh. Arc Welder plugin for Octoprint is awesome. Smooth G-code curves or smoother prints, but you need compatible Marlin firmware. Oh, okay. Well, Ruli, I like that idea. Let's put that on the list for doing it another time. I think we'll probably fill up today with what I was thinking. I need to buy new LEDs and make an automation where it turns the LEDs on when I'm printing. That's a great idea. Always a good reason to buy more LEDs. Anybody use WS2811 or similar pixels on a Christmas tree? Yes. El Gabito. I have used WS2811, just regular bullet-shaped pixels like you hang on your house. I've used those on my Christmas tree for, well, I didn't do it 2 years ago. I did it 2 years ago, but not very thoroughly. Last year, that was our main Christmas lights. This year, I'm actually going to use those because I like them and they're bigger and so they're bright. And I'm going to mix in some of those WS2812 fairy lights that we showed last time, which have disappeared off my desk. Do you know what I'm talking about? We had a link for them last time. Sorry, I don't have it with me. Any idea how to turn off the blue? Yeah, nail polish, Yusuf. Nail polish. Black nail polish. WLED for a C9 bulb string? Well, Robert, if the C9s run, like if they're individually addressable, I mean, if it's just like a WS2811 RGB chip in a C9 diffuser, yeah, that would work. Hello, Know Your Joe. Welcome, welcome, welcome for being a new user, new viewer. Thank you, thank you. That's what I thought, but I wanted to confirm. Thanks, you betcha. Is the proper way to clean unused entities? Oh, Jeff, that's a great question. Is there a way? Let's talk about Home Assistant for a minute, all right? You guys ready to jump already into Home Assistant? Let's jump into Home Assistant right away. So let's go to the release notes real quick because I want to look at a couple things that I thought were really cool. And I've got a couple things in mind I want to see. I want to show you that I've actually, earmarked to show in the past, but never did. A couple like cool Lovelace cards and stuff. With multiple outputs, Michael, only if you compile the firmware yourself. So you technically, yes. Technically you can, because the DrZzs is prepared to output to 2 pins, but you have to be able to compile the firmware yourself and know where to make the adjustments. So it's not something that I'm going to be able to walk you through, but it does exist. If you go to the WLED specific Discord channel, there will be people there that have done it. I bet that will share with you how to do it. It's probably, I don't know if it's going to be on his Discord necessarily, but it's on there. It's out there in the universe somewhere. Okay. Gregology. Did you know? Can you see? Okay, goodwill. Okay. All right. Let's do this. So let's look at a few things here on 118. I, by the way, watched the live stream from Home Assistant or Nabukasa, I guess. I don't know how we're going to distinguish, but I think there's 6 guys now that technically work there. All right, man, we got a bunch of subscribers. We're going to do some uniforms for you. Anyways, when I think the last 2 releases, they did a live stream. I know certainly this was because they did the release of 118 and they did a live stream. So it was Frank and Paulus, and I don't remember everybody else's name. I should know their names, but I can't think of them right now. So anyways, all the other guys that work with Nabukasa, the sort of full-time developers now on Home Assistant. And it's really nice. It's good. I think they're going to get even better and better at the format, but it's really cool to have them there when there's a new release. You can ask questions and they answer. It's really awesome. Okay. So a couple things. Home Assistant Conference, pay $1, get your ticket. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be in 2 weeks on a Sunday. So I won't stream that day. It'll be Home Assistant Conference. I'll be watching Home Assistant Conference. So, all right. Grid Card. We can talk about Grid Card. Grid Card's pretty cool. So what Grid Card does is, as it says here, basically takes the work out of horizontal and vertical stacks. It's not probably as customizable at this moment as it will be at some point, I'm sure. You don't really get a lot of choice about how big you make these, but it's cool that you get to make them. So let's see how it works. I'll show you. All right, I've got a lab view here. This is my Home Assistant lab view. Bring, bring. Thank you all for subscribing. All right, let's see. Here it is. This is what it looks like. See how that looks? That's pretty cool, right? And it doesn't have to just be, well, it can be a lot of different kinds of cards. So let's check out the cards. So we're going to edit the dashboard. Man, oh man. Thank you guys all for subscribing. Sorry I'm missing calling out your names all when you do, but thank you. Okay, this is the grid card configuration. And the way it works, actually, let's make a new one. Add a card, and then we're just going to go by card type. We're just going to search for grid right there. So we're going to add a grid card. And then the first thing you have to do is pick what kind of card you want as the first square. So let's pick a gauge. Sure, we'll pick a gauge. Media player volume. No, let's do office temperature or something like that. Office humidity, office temperature. Sure. I don't know how well this is going to show up. You can actually change the theme differently. And because it's a gauge, you can set the maximum and minimum and such. But anyways, that's it. Okay. So then we save that. And when it shows up, it's just this one button, but it only is going to fit 3 in there. It kind of defaults to that size. You can change a couple things on the size, like I think you can change. Oh, I guess it depends on what kind of entity. In this one, you can't change what kind of entity. So now we're going to add another grid section. All right, so we hit the plus, and now let's do a button. I think most of the time, this is what you're going to do, is you're going to put a button on here. So let's do, let's see, do we have a WLED? Yeah, is that the one? Bench? Which is the one? It was office. I think it's this one. Okay. This one, you can change things like the icon height. So you can like make this, change the size of the icon. So if you want it smaller, I don't think you can get it. There's a limit to how big you can get it, right? I put 200 in, but it can't, all it does is elongate the whole thing. So, but you can change it somewhat. And then you could set a separate theme if you wanted for a specific button to have a different theme. You can do that. They don't all overwrite each other, but you could have a separate theme for it. You can turn off whether or not you want the icon on. You can turn off whether or not you want the state on. You can turn off whether or not you want the name on. So those are pretty cool. And then, of course, you can, because it's a button, you can set what you want the tap action or the hold action to be. And then let's add another one. We're going to add 4 just so you can see what it does when it hits the end. Let's add just an entity, any old entity. Let's make it a sensor. Let's make it a yeah, I like the idea of a motion sensor. Let's make it a motion sensor. Garage motion sensor. Yeah, sure. Oh. So there it shows this. This is what it looks like when you do an entity. Now, I may change. Oh, I tried this. I tried putting in. So you put in device class, it's going to say motion. Nah. Yeah, you put in friendly name, but it's too big. Put the units in. Like, if this was something else. I don't think you can do that much with that. So we're going to just take that out so that it says clear, because that's actually what I want. Name up here, I could say garage, right? Just overwrites that, and then again, you can change the theme. Okay? So that puts 3 buttons in, and this one, because I changed the theme, looks even different, right? Isn't that weird? But it's cool. Now, if we keep adding new things, they just keep on going, they just keep making another grid. So it'll be 3 across. And I don't know if there's a place to change that. I couldn't see one. Maybe if you do this whole big editor, icon height. No, I did that. No. Yeah, I don't think you can change that yet, but maybe you will be able to at some point in the future, like how big those buttons are. But if you add one more button, let's add one more button and we'll make it just a button for whatever, castle lights. Yeah, sure. All right. And then it puts it at the bottom. So it goes 3 over and then it starts going down and starts making stacks. So it makes it a very easy way to do a vertical and horizontal stack kind of a thing. Can I add an empty tile? Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know. You can move them around. So if you take this one and you want it in a different place, it shows you down here. So let's take that castle one that was number 4 and let's move it to the top. Okay, so now castle's up here. So that's how you can arrange them. So that's pretty cool. And you add an empty. Let's see if we can. So where would I add an empty? I wonder if I could do a You can add just an image, probably. Plant status, thermostat. I wonder if you could add, probably do a conditional that doesn't have anything in it. Bar card, manual. I wonder if you just put manual. Yeah, card type is required. Probably if is there a custom blank button? Any way to increase the icon width? It only gives you the height. Just hide the icon on the button. Oh yeah, that would probably work. So you could, I guess the way to do it would be you could do a like say take this button and turn off the name, turn off the icon. Now it's blank. It shows up like that though. So that's kind of silly. Just a PNG with transparency? Yeah, probably. This theme seemed to do it right here too, a little bit. So I haven't played with it too much more than that, but that's the idea. So that was one thing that they put in there. Now, while we are on this topic, might as well show you a really cool Lovelace card that I set up a long time ago and never really used. Could you not do a picture without a picture? I think if you didn't define a picture, I wonder what it would show. Just do a picture entity. Yeah, it's required that you have a picture, so you would have to have a picture that was you'd have to have a picture that was blank, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I want to show you, the one I want to show you is this here. This is the, what's it called? It's called the Radial menu card. Does anybody use the Radial menu card? Who likes the Radial menu? You can also change the amount of columns. Oh, guys, where do you change the amount of columns? Where do you change that? More info. Add columns 5, but only works in YAML. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you very much. Vaclav, how you been? You doing some more videos? Or do I get you mixed up with somebody else that does videos? Oh, man. In the editor? Oh, okay. So, what is it again? It is add columns 5. Oh, I see. I got you. All right. So if you want to change this, right now the default's 3, but let's change it. So we'll go down here to the code editor and grid, and I'm guessing it's going to be right here. Columns 5. Yep. There it is. So now they're going to be a lot smaller, and there's going to squeeze 5 of them in a row. Yes. Thank you, Vaclav. Thank you. Ew, YAML, gross. What's up, Blade? How's it going? Backyard columns, 2 square, false cards. Ooh. Type grid tile, backyard columns, 2 square. Ooh. Jaron, I like that. Square true. Oh, really? You can do that too? Ooh. What other, I guess I should look at what other settings there is available for these. Now it's gonna, oh, you can't squeeze them. You can't squeeze them in. It does look cool though. I like this. Anyways, back to what I wanted to show you next. So what I want to show you next is this Radial card. This is just a custom Lovelace card that somebody had a long time ago. Radial menu squirrel. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. So I actually wrote a video script 6+ months ago about my favorite Lovelace cards. And this one was on the list, but I never made the video. So here we go. But what this does basically is it makes like a cool little Radial menu. So I click this and then it pops out all these menus. And now I can like use that to control stuff. Oh, except for it's not controlling my desk lamp. There it goes. There should be other ways to do that. There it goes. That one turned it off. Turned it back on. That one turned it off. Turned it back on. This one, I don't know why. I wonder what that is. Anyway, so let's look at the innards of that thing, because I think that's a really cool one, and I think I'm going to use that more than I've been using it. Office dimmer. That's probably because the office dimmer is not. Maybe got called to. Maybe it did something else. Looking at your power monitoring. How do I do power monitoring? What's it called, guys? Simple circuit or something like that? Easy circuit, simple circuit, something like that. Don't touch your face. How useful is it? How useful is this? Is that radial card? So I think what I want to use the radial card for is my, I want to use the radial card for my radio stations. Like I have all these radio stations here, and then on the tablet down in the basement, we have even more radios, or not basement, but in the main, there's even more radio stations to press a button and have it play on the Amazon Echoes. And rather than have all these, it might be kind of cool to have it, I don't know. I just saw that the other day and I was like, man, that thing looks cool. I haven't seen it. How did you make your cards have rounded corners? It's part of the theme. And you can edit your own theme. Somebody here is going to be able to tell you the name of the attribute to change in the YAML file for the theme. I don't remember what it is right now. But it's in this particular case, it's just a part of the theme. Whoever designed this theme put that in there. I just use it. Clean. Lean entities. Lean and clean. How did you get the moving water background? Oh, Nicholas. Oh, that was a long time ago. That is the, gosh, what is that thing called again, guys? It's in here. Let's look at the raw config. Animated background. It's animated background. And I actually did a video on it, or at least a live stream on it at some point. So you should be able to search the videos on my YouTube page, and you will find something about it, because we did play with it quite a bit. That was a while ago. That was like, I think that was like pre-Rona, or maybe it was during quarantine in March. I think that's what it was. Don Corleone, how you doing? How you doing? Ooh, Idaho Joe. I have to laugh because I just took the fam on an RV trip near you down to Moab in the Grand Canyon, only to get home and see your vid taking an RV up to near you. Where are you at, Joe? Which part of Idaho? Hacks doesn't want to work on my system anymore. Uh-oh, Leland. You know, Hacks is one of those things that definitely requires everything else to be up to date. So if there's been a lot of updates to a home system that you haven't updated, then you probably need to. But I say it should work. I know it's not broken, and I hate to say the problem is you, but the problem is you. No, I'm just kidding. But that I don't know exactly what to tell you other than start with making sure everything is up to date. And then there you go. I use a theme called Noctis ever since 0.116. The theme's background picture doesn't work. I don't know. The theme's background picture doesn't work. I don't know. Not exactly sure. Can't remember where you set that. That never happens. Home system update. It broke then when I updated it. Yeah. Oh, so if you updated the community but not, if you updated Hacks but not Home Assistant, or Home Assistant but not Hacks, that could have done it. We're going to do 12 streams of Christmas. Yes, I don't know exactly when we're going to start. And I can tell you that they're not normally going to be during the daytime, because I am going to be working still a lot over Christmas. So it's not going to be like quarantine where I was, streaming every day at noon or something like that. You had to upgrade Hacks before updating to 118, Mark says. Where did I get the radio menu card? Actually, I got it from the community store. The way I got all my cards, I'm trying to do it the sort of mainstream way now. So front end has all of the custom cards. And man, look at all this. They're adding new ones all the time. Because I already have it installed, it'll show up here. But here's the repository. Let's just go there and I'll give it to you. This will give you instructions on how to do it. Google hacks in 118 and you find a solution. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mark. An empty tile can be created by using the custom button card. You can use type custom button card and color type blank card. Oh, cool. Leon, thank you. Didn't know that. Awesome. All right, let's go back to this for a minute. So we're going back to the next part of 118. Oh, quick navigation. This is awesome. So there's two hotkeys to use. I think it's E and C. Yeah. So E and C. So anytime you're just here looking at Home Assistant on a computer at least, and I guess if you had it on your phone, you might have to get a keyboard. But if you hit C, let's see. I'm gonna be on here. Make sure that's active. There you go. You hit C and it gives you this, which can take you to all kinds of like menu pages. So it can take me to any of the configuration pages, any of my pages that are over here. It can take me to any of my views. Like, well, where do we want to go? Navigate to tablet. There you go. And if I hit C, I can go to the areas configuration, whatever. I can go to the calendar page. I can go to decons, right? It's just C and then the list is here. You can start to type something up here too. Like if we wanted to do Node Red. Did somebody say Node Red? Navigate to Node Red. So that's pretty cool. And then it works with E if you want to find an entity. So entity filter. So then I could say, you know, it's a very quick way to find entities. So all of the entities that are Office are going to show up here. Somebody asked a question about, is there a proper way to get rid of entities? There is a way to get rid of entities. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong or a proper or improper way. So here's an entity that's abandoned, right? Right now it's not saying anything about it being abandoned. This entity does not have a unique ID, therefore it cannot be managed in the UI. If it can be managed in the UI and it's been abandoned, usually you'll get some information here, or you'll get something that says if you want to delete it or you want to get rid of it. If it doesn't have a unique ID, and so you can't manage it in the UI, that means you probably set it up manually in your configuration and you can take it out there. The only other ones I don't know about would be anything that was created with like MQTT Discovery, but I think if it's created with MQTT Discovery and then it goes unavailable or it disappears forever, then you should get that little prompt that says this device isn't connected to anything. You want to just turn it off. That is a huge restart button. Yeah, I use it a lot. How's it going? How's it going, Rob? I just didn't want to miss it. Actually, now I might change that and make it a grid card. That'd be awesome. When someone swears in Discord and my lights flash, does that happen? I still haven't plugged in my lights, so don't bother trying to page me. It's not going to work. Thanks for subscribing up there. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. Any of the integrated entities have a unique ID. Thank you. Actually don't have Octoprint set up. Do you know if you can run in a VM? I'm pretty sure you could run it in a VM. Yeah, should be able to. I'm paging you now. Did I get Octoprint working? I haven't tried to yet, Grandpa, but we'll get there very soon. Let's just go through a couple more of these. I just wanted to see. So this native types, I wanted to mention this because I was really concerned that this was going to break something. So this was the thing that changed how templates work. And templates used to just always give you text as an output. But now you can have it give you a whatever list, or I don't know, whatever the other things are. Anyways, I thought this would break some of my templates and break some things in Home Assistant, but at least so far, I haven't found anything that it has broken. So that's pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. The Logbook card, I did set up a Logbook card just to see what it looks like. And it looks like it's not here because nobody has gone into the place where it is set up. But it's good. I think Logbook card is good for something like motion in a certain area or something like that. Like this would be, this whole thing, all this alarm triggers thing, this would probably be good for like a Logbook card. If you put all of these in there, then every time somebody opened or closed one of these, it would show up in that Logbook card. And if there's nothing there, it doesn't show anything. So let's add one. We'll do it quick and then we'll get on to Octoprint. Logbook, Logbook. Come on. I'll let me search. Because I'm not in the search box. Logbook. All right, let's pick an entity. We're going to pick a binary sensor. And we're going to pick Office PIR as our binary sensor. And then I guess it gave me a few others. This just kind of automatically puts them in here. So let's put in here the office, or switch office fan. Come on. Made it freeze. Now it's mad at me. There it goes. There it goes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there, Tiger. Shouldn't be this slow. Shouldn't be this laggy. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Put that one in. Okay. And there you go. So now it's showing all of the times that the office fan was turned on or off and which user did it. And it shows anytime there was motion detected, right, on that particular PIR that I put in there. And then you can change the setting to how often. So hours to show. So if you want it to not show a whole 24 hours, you could show like 1 hour. Oops. I don't think I saved it, so it's probably gone. Oh, there it is. I didn't save it. Oh yeah, I did 1 hour need save. So now all it's showing is what it has seen on those devices in the last hour. So that's cool, right? That's useful. I think that's useful. Gives you an idea of, when somebody was walking around the house or something like that, last night. I kind of like that. Just saw the blinds video a bit ago. Oh, hook up. Good. Never buy solder from Walmart. Uh-oh, Leland. Slowly starting to realize I need magnifying goggles. Trying to identify a smart plug Wi-Fi chip. I can barely read it. Are you in your mid-40s, Sam? That's what happens, man. I've been there just recently. What PIR am I using in my office? It's actually it's actually wired into a Sonoff switch. Oh, long ago in a galaxy far, far away, I did a video about doing taking a Sonoff 3-gang switch, flashing it with Tasmota, adding a motion sensor and a temperature sensor. That's what I'm using. Still using it. Still works. All right. Anything else here? Logbook. Oh, header and footer. Yeah, I wanted to talk about header and footer. Header and footer. Here, if you have an entities card. So right here, I have an entities card. So this is not an entity. This entity actually isn't working because this is a garage. This is the prototype new garage sensor that I never finished. I mean, I think it worked, but I didn't. It's not connected. It's not installed. And I put a header up here that is the most recent picture, or a most recent picture of my office and camera, which actually I don't know when it takes that picture. I think it only takes it when there's motion. I'm not sure exactly. Anyways. And then this is the temperature graph. And in the editing, it looks like this. Down here, there is a header. And then if you want to edit it, well, edit when I hit if I turn this off and then go plus, then it gives you options of what you're going to put in there. A button, a picture, or a graph. So I'm going to put a picture, and then for now, because I don't want to... Oh, actually, what I did for picture was just... see if I can remember. /local /cctv /office.png. Dang it. That's not it. I can't remember what it was called then. Oh well. I can't remember what the name of the card, or I can't remember what the name of the picture is, so it's not going to show up. But anyways, that's how you do it. And then you can do the same thing for the graph on the bottom. You add it, you say you want a graph, and then you just search for the entity. So, office temperature. Now it shows that graph. Pretty sweet. I think right now it's only entity cards, but my guess is before too long it will be other types of cards. You can do that too as well. You have a body of 3 45-year-olds like stacked on top of each other. That's cool, man. Okay, that's probably it. Supervised network configuration. That didn't apply to me very much, and so that's all. Okay, so that was cool. That was fun. Now, ready for Octoprint? Who's ready for Octoprint? Let's answer questions for a minute. Do I use more than one controller for my LEDs outside my house? Heck yes, I do. I calculated the amount of LEDs for 16 meters in one stretch. The LED complains about possible lag. Yes. Yeah, I would say 1200 you're probably going to have some lag, especially if it's a D1 Mini. Maybe a little bit less if you have an 82 or an ESP32. But if it's a D1 Mini / 8266 version of a chip that's doing it, then yeah, you're probably going to have lag with that many LEDs. I actually don't have that many. I don't even think if you added them all up total, I have that many. But regardless, I have, let's see, one of them is a dig quad that's outputting 4 different outputs. So I guess technically that's one controller, but it's really 4 controllers sort of wrapped into one. And then I have another spot that has a dig Uno, and then actually 2 more that are, or did I end up with just one? Anyways, it's one of my Pixel Pros, one of my little green prototype boards is doing the other one. Uh-oh, yes, you do have a problem, Rob. Second mega tree. Is this one bigger than the last one? Of course it is. Has to be. Come on. What would be a good LED strip to start with? Are you going inside or outside, Jeff? Pi 0 with Pi camera C okay? No, not lag. Michael, for what? For Octoprint? I don't know. Is there a way to have a button refresh to refresh the dashboard? To refresh the dashboard? Like besides this? Are you on a tablet? When I need it to refresh, I just swipe down and it refreshes. Inside, Jeff, then you want WS2812 LED strips, non-waterproof. So it's IP30 and 30 LEDs per meter should be plenty. If you want to get more dense, depending on what you're doing, you can get 60 LEDs per meter, but WS2812s are still fantastic. If you're going to use it in a place where you really want white light, like if you're going to try and use it to read as well as do fancy LED things, then get something that has a white channel like the, what is it guys, 6812s, SK6812 maybe? How many segments can WLED do? That's a great question, Creative. I do not know. We could try and see. Let's go to this one and see how many we can do. I have a matrix up here. And the matrix has 10 rows? Yeah, my matrix has 10 rows. So let's see, and each one of them is 30. All right, so we're gonna do this. Okay. Start, stop, done. Okay. And then we're gonna add a segment. Segment 2 is gonna be number 30 through 60, I guess. Is that what it's going to do? Yep, that'll do it. And then let's just keep going. So that'll be 60 to 90. And then 90 to 120. Let's just keep going. How many segments can there be? 150. I'm going to run out of screen before anything else. 180. Every time I do it, it just adds another line up there. That's awesome. Does anybody know before I even get to the end how many it's going to be? Somebody probably knows. Max segments 10. One segment uses about 2100 bytes. So using more than 10 segments can lead to reboots. Okay. I can do 3 more. 240. 270. 300. It's full. Okay. Now, I'm going to save all this. I'm going to save my segments. Because that's fun. And now I can do different things with each one of them. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, sorry. I'm having fun. Paging. What did I do? Read above. Okay. Oh, yeah, I read yours, Will. Is that what you mean? Now I bought myself HDMI capture card, but it looks like my TV signal is not being sent to the TV when I plug in an HDMI cable between the HDMI splitter and the capture card. Uh-oh. So it sounds like a splitter problem. So your splitter, is it a splitter or is it a switch? Maybe it's a switch. Could it be a switch? Like you have to select one or the other? They were saying 10 segments like 50 times. I know, but I like to figure it out myself.
Huh?
Is there a way to get that what user ran the unlock NFC tag? Same with locked door. Each tag is unique. Sniff out and report it. That's a great question. I don't know, but I did get my my pre-built sniffer, my pre-built swiper thing. Where'd it go? From a dono. Now it's gone. I lost it already. Oh, I put it over there. This guy. Adono's finally catching up and getting these things out. This thing's nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. He's got a nice 3D printer. This is some cool looking sort of marble finished 3D printing filament, and it's cool. I haven't plugged it in yet, but that's cool. Ender3 is on sale for $259. Bang good until November 29th. Get one. Oh, maybe it's DRM. That could be. Jan's got a good point. Jan's got a very good point. That's a very good point. I've run into that. Not always, but with some services and some things you can, yeah. Okay, let's do Octoprint, okay? Let's do Octoprint because I actually need to do it. I've already downloaded it. Can't remember where I put it. Oh no, that's not what I want. But that's going to be a problem because I already have an Octopi. Everyone overlooks either DRM or quality of the HDMI cable. Could be. Look for HDCP. It's a form of DRM and HDMI. All right. If you don't know what Octoprint is a way to remotely manage your 3D printer. And it lets you upload files to be 3D printed through a web interface. You can do it out to the internet if you wanted to, if you had secure means of doing so. But mostly, probably most of us just do it local. And it lets you manage the printer. So you can preheat it. You can move the axis around, manually a bit at a time. But most importantly, you can upload files to be printed and trigger them to print remotely. It also uses the Pi camera input to be able to give you a nice webcam view of it. So it's really awesome. So let's do the thing that needs to be done. So this is Octoprint. I want Octopi. I already downloaded Octopi. Let's see. Please note the Raspberry Pi Zero is not recommended explicitly. Recommended hardware. Expect to print artifacts and long loading times with other options, especially when adding a webcam or installing third-party plugins. Ooh. Okay, so it needs a little bit of resource. I've been using it on a Pi 3 for a while. And the camera can record time-lapse of the print. That's right, Grandpa. It's awesome. It is awesome. All right, let's see. All right, so we need an SD card. That's fine. Pi and power supply, 2. My supply of SD cards. Anyone try Octo Everywhere? Ooh, I haven't heard about that. Don't know what that is. Sounds awesome. Let's find this SD card that seems to be reasonably functional. There's a 32. Probably do it. Does it matter how big? 32-bit. Nightlies. Oh, no, never mind. Or the highly experimental 64-bit of Nightlies. No thanks. All right, should I do it on a 16 or a 32 gigabyte card? I probably should do it on a 32 gigabyte card. All right, let's plug this one in and see what's on it. Zoe's hanging out with me today. Say hi, Zoe. Hi. Zoe is Zoe's going to be filling some customer service duties for me with all this Dig Uno and Dig Quad stuff. Okay, let's see what we got here. Something popping up. Yes, HassOS boot. Okay, so this was an old Home Assistant. I saw she's on Discord now. That's right, Blade. She is. Yep, she is. Okay, let's do the thing. So you need something to burn the image onto the card. So it's going to be Etcher. And it's Balana, right? And my PC is laggy. Laggy McLagface today. Organizer on GitHub. What is Organizer, Grandpa? Wow, look at that. It's frozen. Stupid Windows. Man. Look at that. I can't even search for anything. Windows is crap. Windows is crap. Well. Baleno. Balina. Balina Etcher. That's all I need. No. Nice. It's nice that still works. Did you guys hear it? Oh, shoot. I don't want to download that. Okay, so let's select the image. And where did I put it? I put it in downloads. What's up, buddy? I don't have it. I gave it to, I think it was Jackson. There it is. Octoprint. Yes, that's what I want. I'm going to drop this in here. Okay, and it already found my SD card, and away we go. Flash. So that was pretty easy. So maybe you missed all that, but it's just this downloading the image and then sending it to Etcher. Be done. So while we're doing this, and we got Quindor here, and somebody was talking about an issue. The device not cable check devices, see if the cable can, nope. Micro. I'm guessing that Dig Unos won't connect to my network anymore. What should I do? Oh, John asked me that question too. Where is it, John? I mean, so if, it's impossible really to know all of the different things that could be going on for you there, but One thing that I've run into is if the LEDs are receiving power and the board isn't, and then the board does, it loses connection sometimes. So power the whole thing down with the LEDs. If your LEDs maybe are coming from, a direct connection to the power supply. So power down everything and then power it all back up. See if that does it. You might have to reflash it. You shouldn't have to. Check your router. See if your router is blocking it for some reason. Sometimes I've also had things, not always DrZzs, but I've had different things that disconnect from the router and then go into access point mode. If the router is down, like the router reboots and the device is saying, hey, where'd my router go? My router I was connected to is gone. I guess I'm going to just broadcast in access point mode. And then it broadcasts access point and it just waits for somebody to connect. It never tries to reconnect to the router again. I don't know if WLED does that. My thought is WLED would try and find it again. Another setting that I would recommend, once you resolve this, I'm sure you'll resolve it. You'll get it back on your network somehow, one way or another. But one thing that I think is probably something to try next time is when you go to Wi-Fi setup, go down here and disable Wi-Fi sleep. Sometimes if the board goes to sleep, it puts to sleep the Wi-Fi, it might not wake it back up, right? So make sure that I like to disable Wi-Fi sleep. Not sure if everybody needs to, but I like to. How's that? I'd recommend buying Raspberry Pi 3 or 4 for Home Assistant. It's cheap, does not make noise. I would too. So I've got on my plans, and it's not going to happen until after Christmas and such is over, but I'm going to get a Raspberry Pi 4 and an SSD, a solid state drive, and do a Home Assistant install that way. And then I'll probably use that one in the RV. Mounted a tablet and Android full kiosk on the wall, but it keeps turning on the screen now and then. Which setting do I need to change to stop that behavior? I tried the lower sensitivity. It keeps turning on the screen, Mark says. For fully kiosk browser? I think it makes a switch. I leave mine on all the time. So I don't know. One of the 12 streams? It could be. Is there good enough? That's a reasonable thing to try and do. I think we could probably try and do that, but I won't promise you yet. Does anybody have an answer for Mark about fully kiosk? I've just left mine on for days and days. He runs Home Assistant on a Nook. We're installing Octoprint exclusively on the Pi. That is true, Richard. That is true. So there is an integration for Octoprint, and I tried it, and I didn't think it was quite ready for prime time. I think it's been out a while, and I'm not knocking the guys that put it together, but it didn't have all the same features that I was used to on a dedicated Pi for Octoprint. So, but somebody else, who was it? It was Will? One of the Wills? One of the Wills or somebody else said you can actually run 2 printers off of one instance of Octoprint. But I've heard others say that you can't do that. So I don't know. I'm just going to run it off of a new Octoprint, off a new Pi. So that's what I'm going to do. Home Assistant doesn't like 3D printers being off. It complains with errors. Okay, it was you, Will. That's right. William, or Will I am. Home Assistant integration is not good. Using MQTT is far better. Just installed my 7-inch LED display to my Octoprint, and it's awesome. Cool, man. You can run up to 8 Octoprint sessions. At least get something dedicated to Home Assistant. That's always a smart option. It looks like it's probably done. Yeah, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Now, if you wanted to use the Wi-Fi on the Raspberry Pi, you would need to take out the SD card, put it back in. It's going to show up this boot thing right here. And then you're going to need, see, it already has SSH in here because this is a custom image, right? This isn't the normal Raspbian, or I guess whatever it's called now, because they stopped putting SSH in there by default. Without this, you would not be able to contact the Pi through like PuTTY. So you're going to want to make sure that you're using this, or that you have this. It's already there, but. And then I have a, where is it? It's probably, is it in my Flash Easy folder? What's it called again? The WPA supplicant.conf. So I made this a while ago, and it's the file that any Raspberry Pi needs to connect to use the Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to copy it. I've kept it there for a long time. And anytime I have a new Pi like this that I want to connect to the Wi-Fi, I just grab that file and plop it in. Oh, I guess this is Octopi WPA supplicant, so maybe it won't work. Maybe I need to edit that one directly. Do you think I need to edit that one directly? Maybe I will. It's going to pop up with my name on it. What do you guys think? Should we just try it? You're not going to be printing complex geometry quickly from a Pi with it trying to feed 4 USB connection codes. Oh, okay. Windows PC 10 for storage plus Blue Iris CCTV VM running. Home Assistant and working great. Was trying all kinds of off one board solutions and was not satisfied with speed and stability. Chris Basement on YouTube shows how to run more than one instance of Octoprint on a Pi. Okay, cool. Chris Basement. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check it out. Take a look at MOBA X term, better than putty. Oh, you know what I like better than putty is Vice, BitVice. Do I know DSMR? It's like a capture thing for your gas and electricity usage. Nope. You can use it. Could you help me? Sorry, Daniel. I don't know how to use it, and I would probably not be able to help you at all. All right. And somebody asked, what's better about Home Assistant than Domits? I don't know. I don't know what Domits. I mean, I know Domits exists, but SSH is built into the newest Windows 10. Chris is an ace. All right. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna eject this. We're gonna eject it. Ejectathon. Ejectorator. Inator. Okay. Pop this card out. For what it's worth. These are for my mom's cookie jar. 3D printed those last night. Cookie jar, not cookie jar. I say cookie jars. They're not cookie jars. They're like flour and sugar and stuff. They were old and broken, so I printed her new ones. Make sure you got a decent power supply. This one's 2.5 amps. Now I'm gonna need. Well, we can try it. I'll see if it connects to the internet or through the Wi-Fi. It might connect to the Wi-Fi. It might not. We will find out very momentarily. Come on, you stinker. Get in there. Open upside down. Bing. Okay. It's doing the booting. It's doing the booting. You can answer some questions again now. Hit that like button. Stubbs says, hit that like button. What do I use for backups if the Raspberry Pi stops working and the SD card breaks? Bronco says, what I use is Google Backup, Google Drive. I actually also have my config on GitHub. Every time I really change something, I put it there. I don't actually update it all that often on there. But I do have a video about how I do the Google one. How I do the Google. So if you go here, and probably if you go Google Drive, there it is. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, it's got 100%. It's 100% liked. How many dislikes do we have today, guys? We had a ton of dislikes last time. Ton. It was a very unliked video. Yeah, I would highly recommend, especially if you're doing a Pi, definitely want to do some serious backing up. I've got mine backing up a snapshot every day. Every day. We need to change your GitHub from a gist to a repo. Is my GitHub a gist? I have some gists, but I thought it was a repo. Let's check it out. And then we'll look at the Pi. We'll look at Octoprint. Oh, not sign up, dummy. Sign in. Yeah, this is a GitHub, right? This is where it is. Got it. I think this is where it is. This is my config. My Home Assistant config. It hasn't been updated in a while. Last month was the last time I updated it. Thought your last one was a gist. So what I have had on the gists is just a few little things. Like if somebody says, oh, how did you do that Lovelace card? And I'll just grab the Lovelace card and make a gist and share it just to make it easy. Because some of the, in fact, the Lovelace, I think I did share my whole Lovelace, at least one of my Lovelace views as a gist last time too. I'm sure it should, right, Will? Have an SSD. You should never, I mean, I guess maybe eventually after years and years and years, you might crash an SSD, but shouldn't be too bad. Cutting the USB 5 volt from the Pi to the printer. Will you do that? You want to take the cutting the 5 volt from the Pi to the printer. You mean the other way around? Don't touch your face. The SD was never made for constant random access, that's for sure. Keep screen on in Ender3. How's it going, Ray? It was my whole Lovelace. Okay, thank you, DrZzs. Heard great things about replacing with SSD or other storage. Yeah, I want to try it. I'm excited to try it. Been running the same SD card since before 0.78. Well, you're just lucky, old curmudgeon, because you probably bought a good one or something, because I had one crash, and I dubbed the day MQTT Mageddon, because it was an MQTT change that caused a whole bunch of reads and writes and on the SSD card and just destroyed it in one day. And I lost like several months worth of customization and stuff on my Home Assistant. That was couple years ago at least. Yes, Jeff. And the Ender3 is actually quite good to start with. It's not very big. It prints really well. It is not hard to put together. I think the Ender3 is and it's cheap. It's less than $300. So it's a really good one to start with. Nick has had 2 of them die so far. And the SSD works great with the Raspberry Pi. I bet it does. That's what I'm going to do. Upgraded Home Assistant to a Pi 4 with SSD on USB 3 is working great, with the only issue is losing my Zigbee. But USB extension is the fix for that issue. Oh, Tony, because you need to get it someplace where the antenna is going to get picked up a little better. You don't think I can see Twitch comments? Yeah, I can. I can. Thanasis just said I moved to SSD on a Pi. That's from Twitch. I get a little thing that says when it's from Twitch. This is what I'm looking at for chat. So, like, oops. So, like, oh my gosh, stop it. So when there's something from Twitch, it does this. It actually shows up as from ReStreamBot, and then it says Twitch and it says the name. I just can't read them all. As fast as I read, I still can't do it. New to get intervened on 3D printing to get started. I'm not a 3D printing pro, and there are so many guys out there that are so much better at 3D printing than I am that me making 3D printing videos, probably not super useful. Where I may be able to help would be just integrating in Home Assistant, but even that I've done, but I don't do it, like I don't use it a lot, so I'm not a pro at that either. Heck, I'm not a pro at anything, except anesthesia. Technically, I am a professional anesthesiologist. The Ender Pro 3 is in the low 200s, maybe under 200 if you look around. Mine has been solid for 2 years. I liked my version 2 Ender 3 too. It's very helpful. What is the nozzle? The basics. So it's a small print. It's a small print area. So what is it, guys? About 10 inches by 10 inches, something like that. It's not a huge print area. The nozzle is 0.4 millimeters. It uses 1.75 millimeter filament. It's a Bowden feed. The newer, well, I don't know if the old ones ever didn't, but it has 2 Z-axis bars, but only 1 motor. But it's still pretty stable. The new version, the version 2, comes with the really nice silent stepper motors. So it's really good. An Ender 3 Plus, it's huge. Yeah, they get big, don't they? All right, here we go. Let's do this again. Creality CR6 SE versus the Ender 3 version 2 Island. CR6 is a lot bigger, I believe. So I would think CR6 would be a more of an intermediate one, but I don't know. Oh, really? Does the 6 SE have too many bugs? Oh, interesting. The 5 are good. The CR10s were good, I know. But really, man, especially if you're just getting started, Island, just the Ender3 version 2. Get started with it. It will be a workhorse for you forever. And then when you say, oh, I want something bigger, or I want direct drive, or I want something, you can get another one, and it won't be a problem. CR6 is what I would buy as a current E3 Pro owner. Well, there you go. Stone Obscurity says, go ahead with the 6. Okay, we are first. Now that we've got this Pi, we've given it time to boot up. We're going to go to my router, and we're going to see if the router can find this new Pi. Of course. 1 second here. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Do this thing here. Whoa, where'd that come from? All right, let's see. Hopefully there's a Pi in here, a new Pi. If there's not a new Pi, it's because they changed the name. She changed the name of the WPA supplicant file. Yep. So it's not going to work that way because I needed to edit her Octopi WPA supplicant file is where it's looking. It's not looking at my WPA supplicant file. So that's okay. I'm just going to get a wire and connect it to a hub for Ethernet. All right, now I just plug this guy in, which I would generally do anyways, if at all possible. Use Ethernet when you can. Let's see if it's going to show up as a new Pi. Still not showing up. Oh, wait, 155. Oh, no, that was it. Wait, yeah, sorry, that was it. Whoops. Never mind. Because that was Wi-Fi, and that's not the name of my other Pi. That's not the IP address of my other Pi either. Oh, okay. Let's see, do I have to do anything else, or will it just go to this? I think I probably have to do something else. I don't remember. It's been a while, so that's why we're doing it this way. No, that's not it. Oh, I lost my chat. There it is. Ring, ring, ring. Let's do some fun. I haven't done any of these in a bit. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. Okay, wizard setup. So that's all you got to do. That's great. So once you do know the IP address of it, or you could have just done, like I didn't have to look it up. I guess I could have just gone to octopi.local. I think the problem for me with going to octopi.local is there's more than one. Because my other one, I never changed the host name, I don't think. So it's probably still looking, it's still on octopi.1. The hardest thing is making your own models. I've been building 3D models for years. It's my job. Did you see? Oh, 3ative. Did you see? Hold on, I got to do this for 3ative. Okay, guys, 1 second. I'll be right back. I just wanted to show you. He already saw them? Okay. All right, so now that we're here, we get to go through the setup. Yay! Let's go through the wizard. Access control. Username. DrZzs. Okay. Do not underestimate the risk of access from the internet. Actually, I'm going to disable it. Are you sure? Yes. Because it's not going to be accessible to the outside world at all. Well, only through my VPN. Configure anonymous usage tracking. Sure. Configure the connectivity check. Check interval 15 minutes. Host IP. Comes pre-configured to utilize Google DNS connectivity check. Okay. Please set up the online connectivity check. Oh, did I not set it up? Test host import. Okay. Here we go. Configure plugin blacklist process to protect against known server issues with certain versions of third-party plugins. Use a centralized plugin version blacklist. Okay, yeah, sure. Enable the blacklist. And then set up your printer profile. Okay, it's going to be the Ender3. And then the model. Is it Creality? Creality. I'm just going to say Ender3. Your printer safety. Enjoy printer development. Finish. Okay, reload. See how easy that is? Got my Ender3 V2 a few weeks ago. Love it. Awesome. Here we go. Okay, so now, update available. I guess we better update already. So this is where my other one is stuck because my other printer is connected to Octoprint that is a really old version that didn't make the jump to the next version of Python or something. Forgot to set bed size and stuff for the printer in the setup. Oh, I can do that still. That's okay. Get the dark mode add-on first. My eyes are burning. Here, I can do this. How about that? My eyes are burning too. How's it going, napping? I have no idea what filament I'm supposed to get though. Start with PLA. In fact, eSun PLA Pro. Love it. Love the stuff. Works well. Blade is hosting. Thanks, buddy. Is that better? You're welcome, Ray. Put a 14-hour print on and went to bed. Failed 2 hours later. Had a PLA wed. Yeah. Been there, Richard. Oh, have I been there. You like PETG? I haven't tried PETG yet, but I'm going to try PETG. Actually, I've printed one thing with PETG. This right here, actually. Let me show you. This thing. It's a vase. And it's connected to my lamp. And it's got my stuff stuck in it. I guess I can view it. That's my single PETG print so far. But I do have a spool of PETG I haven't even opened. Your server's offline. Oh no. Don't be offline. Now, where do you plug in the Ender3? Is that, I guess I saw a PETG is awesome when you dial it in. First, head block was good practice, taking the head apart, totally apart. TPU, I've used TPU. Isn't that the flexible stuff? I haven't used it in the Ender3. Up the temps, slow down a tad, use less than 50% cooling. Any USB port will work. Okay. I'm gonna try ASA. What's ASA? School glue. Robert, what are you doing with school glue? Clear PLA that might do some Christmas light stuff. Nice. This thing's ready to reload yet. There it is. Okay. So I guess up here is where I got to do the printer stuff, right? Printer profile. Edit. Oh yeah, this stuff. There's probably, let's just try this. Ender3 profile for, is there one for Octoprint? Yeah, see? How to set up and use Octoprint on the Creality Ender3. Is there just a simple profile to download? If not, I can look up all the stuff. That's fine. Oh, here we go. Printer settings. That'll do. That will do. Let's grab those. Now we got to have two windows open at the same time. Rent a hole in the universe. Is like ABS but better. Needs a filter. Gases styrene, not just as bad as ABS. Prints easier. You know, I put an exhaust fan like from a bathroom into my 3D print closet and just vents everything up to the ceiling. It never turns off. I just leave it on all the time. Check out how to block the 5-volt on the cable, because you can get magic smoke from Ender3 when it's tried to use the power from the Pi as well as its own. Yeah, I've heard about that. So what do you have to do about that? And your nose dived into your glass bed. Need a direct drive to print flexible. That's right. Try and push yarn through a tube. Yeah. Okay. All right. Form factor, rectangular, origin, lower left. Hot heated bed. Yes. 220. 220. 250. And custom bonding, no. Is it asking me on this one? It's not asking me my nozzle diameter. Axes, I probably don't change. Hot end, 0.11. Okay, that's it. Confirm. Connection settings, I probably don't need to worry about that, but we can. Serial connection, I guess auto, that's fine. And it won't matter until I connect it, right? Okay. Okay. Now I've got it set, right? Now I've saved my printer profile, Ender3. Now it's got all this stuff in there. Really all I changed was this, which is good. Okay. So now there's that. You know what let's do? Let's connect a camera. Because I have a camera. Let's connect it. Oh, that's fun. Zoe's been sitting over here quietly Christmasifying her phone. All right. Should I turn it off before I plug the camera in? What do you guys think? Could it hurt the camera at all? Let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut down the system. Proceed. 5 megapixel dual camera for your 3D printer. Cool. You're done. Plug the USB and connect. No camera's fine. Well, I want a camera though. Oh, you mean it should be fine to do it with it off? Oh, that's okay. All right. ¿Dónde están las lentes? Mis lentes. I look like my mom. Okay. And display and camera. Is there, which way does the camera thing go? So the camera thing, you can look at this. Zoom in. Whoop. It's manual zoom. And it is a little bit fuzzy still. All right, so these, I've broken a couple of these. Okay. This way. Oh no. This is the mini. That's the mini. I need the maxi. Right? This one goes to the... Oh, crud. Oh, crud. Do I even have the right one? Of course I do. That's what happens when you have like 5 Pi cameras. That was back when I thought... 3 the same size. But that'll be good enough size. That was back when I thought that a Raspberry Pi Zero with a camera would be like the ultimate Home Assistant security camera. It was not. Most certainly it was not. Just snaps in there. Oh, I have a piece of double-sided sticky tape on there. That's what I have. Tonight? Yeah. Okay. Who else is going to tune into Charlie Brown Thanksgiving with us? There's double-sided tape on here. You wonder how I break things. Lentes, gafas. GoPro 7 Black. Tacked to the print bed. Are you kidding, Robert? If I have a GoPro 7 Black, that's elite camera-ness. I could use it. I think you can just use like a crappy USB webcam. There's a lot of different easy ways to do this. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, the Great Pumpkin.
Oh, that's Halloween.
Oh, the Great Pumpkin is Halloween. I know they have a Thanksgiving one too, though, where they like do a whole play. You know, I know we, in the U.S. anyways, we celebrate Thanksgiving, and for us it's about like these pilgrims and settling in this new land, which we've kind of realized that was a pretty one-sided way to view that whole situation, and but I still think it's a very good thing to celebrate being thankful for whatever you want. Just be thankful, right? Okay, let's turn it back on now. Plug it back in. There we go. Oh, that one's got nightlight LEDs too. Okay. You can't manage the camera from there, can you? Maybe you can. Let's see. OLED PlayStation Eye, nice. IP camera pointed at it. 4K model. You guys have way too much camera firepower. Hey, baby, you want share some Dr. Pepper with me? It's Dr. Pepper time. My dad had to update a couple computers at work, so he put fisheye camera on the Raspberry Pi 1 to see if update is running and went home. Nice. That's a smart dad you got there, Kuba. You got a smart dad. All right. Let's see then. If we go to control. Yeah, there it is. See how easy that is? Man, I love that. So blinking easy. And this one is, it's using these nightlight LEDs, which is probably good, right? Infrared is really good for nighttime printing. I need it on my other one because I don't keep the light on in the printing closet. I used to have some LEDs in there, a strip of LEDs, but then I just took them off. All right, so let's talk for a minute about this Ender3 and the USB connector. So tell me about this. Tell me about this. I'll look it up too, but Ender3 5-volt USB power. You have to like open it up or do something. Raspberry Pi powering Ender3 LCD through USB. Put tape on the 5-volt pin. Why and how?
Are you saving that with it?
No, you can have it. Well, I usually share it with Zach, but yes, you can. Somebody already sent me the link. Tiny bit of electrical tape on the 5-volt pin. Sonoff SV in a case I designed, controlling a small LED strip for when the room lights are off. That's a good idea. Okay, so I do need this one over here works best. That one there is, I need to replace that wires. Dead. Snip the 5-volt pin in the USB cable. Always start the printer first, then start the Pi. Works like a charm. So if I power up the Pi, you have a USB mini cable, not micro. I think mine's micro. Hold on.
This is my Bluetooth. Thank you for subscribing. Dad, what can I click for someone subscribing?
What?
Oh, someone subscribed. Can I click
Somebody
the unicorn?
Yeah.
Hi, 200 and something of you. Oh wow, there's 300 of you, including the Twitch stream.
I'm back. All right. Hit all the buttons. Push them all. That's what Dawson would have done, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dawson would have done. I really like the mod to put a relay on the power supply and control. Okay, so here we go. Made an extension connector that is just has ground data and data minus. Came in handy to extend the USB cables. US4 uses something different, I think. Okay, end stream button. Anything but the end stream button. Thank you, Joe. So what mine has, this is the version 2, right? This is the Ender3 version 2. And it has a micro USB on the front. So all I have on the front is a micro USB slot. Who dis? I just want to see where he plugged it in. I don't see any other spots to plug it in. What do you guys think? The fast way for the stream is just tape the pin in the big USB end. Just debating. Just contemplating and debating. Older 2D printer end. If the printer's already running, you might have issues when you tape the pin. You might not find the printer anymore. You're off USB standards. Don't worry about modifying the cable yet. Okay. Just plug it in. Might not hurt to try. I wouldn't not recommend it. What's a USB-A? What's that, a USB-A? I don't know, a USB-A. Is that the old ones? The old big square looking ones? Is that an A? Okay. Well, not had issues doing it that way on 4 printers. So, Alex, it's USB-A's. USB is normal. USB. PC port, both ends. That's B. Okay. No issues, no mods. Okay. So, I just take this, but I want the printer on first, right? So, I turn the printer on and then I plug this thing in. Right? True that? Just a cable connect my first print, power on the Pi. First printer, power on, then Pi. Or connect after the printer is on. Okay, it's on. So I'm going to turn you back over to Zoe again. As soon as I turn this off.
Can I get copyrighted if I'm singing a Christmas song? What's that? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I don't know what to say. Shown off. That's a word I know. But I don't know what it means. Dad, what happens if I push the chipmunks? Someone's saying, don't push the chipmunks. I don't know if they're talking about the squirrels or not. Maybe I will. Just for you. What are we doing for the DrZzs, DrZz quads right now? I mean, the only thing I know is that I packed them right now. But I'm going to learn more about them soon. My sequencing songs for the house this year. Sure. My favorite automation that my dad has made. I don't know. Probably the lights. This is my idea.
That is totally true. That is totally true. That is totally true. Zoe's idea of, having lights that would be on for Valentine's Day and stuff has started something massive around here, right? So let me tell you what just occurred in there. So when I had the printer turned on, and I plugged in the Pi, turned the Pi on, and I had it plugged into the USB, and it just stopped. Hope your dad is paying you enough for packing all those DrZzs. Yeah, I am, aren't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. How old are you, Zoe? 15?
14. She's
not even 15, and we bought a bug yesterday, another one. Anyways, okay. Let me tell you. So what happened? The Pi lights didn't come on. The Pi lights did not come on. What about opening the insulation on the USB cable and cut the red wire? Yeah, I think that might be what I have to do. So I grabbed here some cables. And so I'm going to find one that I think is got the data on it as well. And then I'm going to snip it in the bud. Snip it in the bud. Do I hear the air conditioning? Why is the air conditioning?
Guess what?
What?
On Roblox, me and Grace found a game. Like, it's based off The Hobbit, and you see, like, the castle and the dragon.
Oh, yeah?
It's so cool. I'm in the game right now. Let me show you. Look.
Oh, careful. Oh, it is like, it's like The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh, is there smog? Oh, there's smog. Oh, my goodness.
There's the dragons.
The Pi won't turn on. No, the Pi did not turn on until I unplugged the USB from the Ender3. Then it turned on. I don't know. It just turned on for some stupid reason, so I turned it off.
It's cold.
Oh!
Yeah, 102 plus the 46.
Okay. Not sure what other light you'd be talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about the light on the Pi. I'm talking about the little light on the back of the Pi, you know? All right, so I'm just going to plug in this little... USB cable's kind of long. Let's go with this. I got a really short one here somewhere. I kind of like this one. Let's not cut that one open. Let's cut the other one. Don't use the printer PSU unless you plan to leave the printer on all the time. What version Pi? 3B? Okay, I'm just going to take my shortest little cable here, and I guess what we'll do is just... Oh, I see what you're saying about put a little tape on the pin. Okay, so which is the power pin in there? I could just probably grab it. She's working hard for her monies. Zoe's scouting around. What were you doing?
I was going over there to see if I'd be in the video over there. Cause unless if I just behind me, they can't see me.
Oh, you're using the 4 on yours. Oh, that might be why. That might be the big difference. Okay, let's just look at USB A pin out. So this is what I want. So when I'm looking at this thing, when I'm looking down the pipe here, the one on the right is the plus. Ouch. Let's find another image where we can look at that. Good. Here we go. Because I'm just going to take it. I'm not even going to cut into the... Oh, no, this one looks... Yeah, number 1. Number 1 is VCC. Okay. Plastic part down to the right. The red one. Cut the red wire. How's it going, Dale? All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me just show you. This is good. This is good stuff. So down here in there, this one here on the far right, use my soldering iron to point. That one there on the right is the one, thanks for focusing camera, so helpful right now. That one there on the right is the 5 volt. So I am going to destroy it. Okay? Okay, here we go. There's a Thingiverse file for the cover, I've heard. Oh, really? Cover of this? Kapton tape? I don't have any Kapton tape. I'm just going to break it. I'm much better at breaking things than I am at... Hey, now.
Just kidding.
She said I'm better at fixing, or breaking than fixing.
No.
I fix a lot of stuff, but...
They don't last very long.
Ouch.
Some of them last a long
Hurtful,
time.
hurtful,
Some of them
Zoe,
don't
hurtful.
last at all.
Hurtful.
You were proud of the LEDs, though.
Thank you.
No.
Gee whiz. I'm struggling. I'm struggling mightily.
That's what you do.
That's also something I do, struggle mightily. Man, she's cruising for a bruising. What's the worst that could happen? Exactly right.
101 likes, let's go.
Thank you guys for 101 likes. That's awesome.
Will you do the unicorn?
Sure, yeah. Do the. Oh, if you do the squirrels, then I have to sing a song.
Oh.
Do the squirrels, and then we can do the yeehaw, ha, do do da dee do do. I gotta hide the copyright. Gotta hide the copyright. Man, I cannot get that. Okay.
Yay.
All right, so I can't. I thought I could just like scrape this thing up, but I'm having some serious trouble getting a hold of it. There we go. Now I gotcha. Now I gotcha. Your days are numbered, Mr. 5-volt pin. I still can't find my tweezers that I lost on the last stream. Do you remember that? I was trying to demagnetize them and I couldn't find them. Still don't know where they are.
Me?
No, I was talking to the dudes.
The bros.
The bros. The broskies. Broheebs. I wish I could actually... I thought I could just break this off.
Do we have any... We're getting a shipment of emails, right?
Yes, we are. Don't know when exactly.
They are coming up.
They are coming. Shouldn't be too much longer.
Big
but
O load.
Big O load is right. Twice as big as the last load, which was pretty dang big.
What about the other ones? The double ones, the big ones, the selfish ones.
The what?
The ones that I haven't done, the selfish ones.
Oh, the big ones?
Yeah,
I will destroy. Tape, he says? Tape? No, I'll just yank on it. I'll just break it. Heck. Who needs tape?
I will destroy it. That's true.
This is the easy way, remember? This was going to be the easy way. This is unlikely to work after this, I think. We do. We have it. Okay. Well, you know, how far in there does that have to go? Like, really?
Probably pretty far if you don't want to get electrocuted.
Could be. I'd love to just... Almost there. USB 5-line pin destruction. Yeah, everybody's like, what are we doing? Yeah, I did say this would be quicker. I thought it would be... I thought this pin would not be nearly as strong as it is. And apparently it's quite a bit stronger than I anticipated. And now I've bent it over, and I think it's going to touch the other ones. Which would be bad, right? Because this thing's going to have 5 volts on it. I just can't reach in there and grab it, which is all I want to do. I wouldn't have bent it over if this would have been easier.
I can hear the USB cable screaming, okay, I will talk, what do you want to know?
I know you know where they hit it.
Angle grinder.
Yeah. Golly. Oh, look at this. Weldborn, thank you. That deserves a big whatever you think.
You know what half of these are. Like,
gosh, this isn't going to work, guys. I'm going to have to get another one.
lightning. Is lightning a fun one?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I wasn't going to tell you. I was going to show you that we'll do that on fire.
Oh. Okay, I gotta put this one off. I can't do it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it later. I can't do it. Where'd the other one go that's not as long? Okay, this one. Okay, well, now let's just take a piece of tape. How are you gonna put a piece of tape in there?
Tweezers. This one's out of tweezers.
I don't know. Oh, I know. Well, you know what? Here, let's. Gotta get him out of here. What did I miss? Oh man. The harder you hit it. Yeah. Okay. Let's just get a little piece of tape. The other problem is I don't have any good tape. All I got is electric tape.
Is that a bad thing?
Ooh, I know. What about How about if I just put some super glue on there? How about that? What if I just super glue it? I really want to use that one. Okay, let's find another cable. I just need a short one. But I need it to have, at least have data. And I don't know.
Data?
Yeah. I don't know which ones have data. What are these little adapters used for PS barrel to 2 wires? Now Doc will super glue a USB cable to a pipe. For my next trick.
Super glue, say what? Never gonna get it. Just print one.
Okay, that cable's no good. Next. This one? Probably not. Oh man, you know what it is? It's the 2 hour mark. And now for my own, I'm gonna come to my own defense, which I don't typically do very much. What did I do last night, Zoe?
What did you do last night? You worked.
What I worked? How long did I work last night?
You got home this morning.
I got home this morning. How long did I sleep last night, Zoe?
No.
Yeah. So, well, I took I slept a couple hours. So, anyways, that's my excuse. That is my excuse. Okay. We are going to try. I don't think the tape. Do you really think the tape is going to be better than the glue? Just print a 5-volt blocker. How am I going to print a 5-volt blocker? What's that going to do? I don't know how that works. Get those side cutters out. Strip the cable insulation. All right. There we go. Okay. I just used these, and I just grabbed it, and I just pulled the insulation back. So now I'm going to pull the insulation, and I am just going to clip the red. There you go. Hey now, I heard my Dr. Pepper being stolen.
It was me.
Okay. So there is the red wire clipped. You probably can't see it, but it's gone. All right. Sheesh. That was one of these. Hold on.
Boom. Wait, that was gonna be
This is what I meant to press. What are we trying to do again? I fell asleep. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I got my modified cable now. Let's try it again.
I will entertain you if you need me to. Sure. Oh! This chair is so much more comfortable than mine. Talk to people. Blue smoke. I don't know what blue smoke is.
Okay.
Hot glue. LOL. LOL.
Lots of hot glue. Lots of hot glue. Okay, there we go. We now should have access to the printer. Once it all finishes doing its thing. Oh, I need to restart it probably. No, I did. It'll start up in a second. Okay. Want the red wire short against the shielding. Inside that cable, I don't think there was any. Doing zoomies in the background. Why isn't it started up though?
You should have one with my device.
Nope, here it comes. Now it's starting up. Okay. All right, webcam's working. And we're just going to connect auto serial port, auto baud rate. Yeah, baby. Attention, firmware broken. Your printer firmware is known to have broken implementation of the communication protocol. This may cause print failures or other annoyances. You'll need to make additional steps to make Octoprint work with it. What's that about? Yep, right there. Currently known, possibly ship with affected firmware. Okay, so I need to update the firmware, huh? Firmware sends temperature reports like that. Leading equals before T. Don't belong there. Break protocol. Printer's currently known to possibly ship. Workaround is make the temperature report parsable again. What are you guys saying? Next to flash Marlin on your printer. Okay, yeah. How do we do that? I don't mind. Let's do it. Let's flash Marlin on the printer. Is that hard? It's always something. It's always something. I think I like the idea of putting Marlin on there instead. You guys agree? All right. Based on release, the Creality release version 2 won't recognize the new. Marlin takes a bit to set up. Does the V2 have a bootloader? I don't know. So I guess we're not doing that today. Don't flash. You need to set up Marlin. Okay. It'll work, explode, or need an update. Okay. Well, I guess. I mean, this does have a fix, right? Let's go to this Creality temperature fix and see what it says. Fix to parse correct temperatures. It's only been tested on those two. Okay, it's going to be here. For some reason, that's not. Oh, installation. What? I don't have much time to understand how to publish a plugin to the repository, but here's the one that did the job. Oh, maybe, is it a plugin? Oh, if it's just a plugin, then we can do that. Somebody's probably already done it. Plugin manager. Tag me on Discord if you want the links later. Thank you, Nappin. If it's just temperature reporting, ignore it. The printer will deal with temps itself. Well, that's not working. Keep trying to say ta-da, but it keeps autocorrecting to Tara. Let's try the. Oh, there goes the window shades. You know what that means.
Oh no.
Installed, no, not installed plugins. All plugins. Huh. All right. Well, maybe this is a plugin installation. URL. Yeah, so here it is. Octoprint Creality temperature releases. So I should be able to grab this. Command line. So I should be able to do this from the command line in Octoprint. Does Octoprint give you a command line, or is that a plugin too? This might be more than I do. What's Zoe doing? I don't know. Zoe's not camera shy at all. She's going to do great things in life. Yes, she is. She is not camera shy. She's the reason I do YouTube also.
Yeah.
She is. Go back to the screen you're on and paste the URL at the bottom. Paste the URL at the bottom of this screen. You need to SSH to the Pi. Okay. Well, I'll sort this out. Keep scrolling down. Is there more? Get more. Oh, there's a URL. Oh, yeah. Whoa, where'd it go? Went away. Install. There it goes. Yes! You turkey. There it goes. There it goes. It is working. It is working.
Wait, hold on.
You can do the I too.
I can't. Oh, I'm laughing.
Greetings from Germany. Hello, Electronics TV. How you doing? For the pip commands, you need to SSH to the Pi. There you go. It's done. Close. Okay, so I did it.
Nice one.
So now if I go plugin manager, and if I plugins are running and currently throttled, due to that it's not possible to install new plugins in order to avoid possible issues caused by system instability. Is running on is throttled, huh? Clean up the plugin, disable it, so it must be enabled already. Okay, I guess there's no settings. Okay. So then, is that going to never go away? I'm just going to reboot real quick and see if that goes away. Enter the configuration. Oh, show that. Wait, Freddy, what you got here? Enter this. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Configuration.yaml. Oh, host Octoprint API key. Oh, yeah. True number of tools. Okay. So like this, I can control my Ender3 from Home Assistant. That's cool. Yeah. There's isn't there an Octoprint? Thank you for subscribing. Isn't there an Octoprint integration? Pretty sure there is. And this will be the last thing we do. So what did you guys think? How was that first stream today? We did okay, huh? It wasn't terrible. Zoe was entertained. Whoa, look at all my matrix segments showing up. Isn't that way amazing how they do that? So I can control each different segment differently. See that one line up there? And instead of being solid, we can make it something else. This has now, oh, I guess you're not going to see them here, but this does have attributes now for palette. And it already had intensity and presets now, too. Sweet, eh? Get the Tasmota plugin. MQTT add-on. Don't know what you're talking about. Supervisor. There's an Octoprint integration. Works fine, yeah. If I can get there. Integrations. I probably already have it. Nope, I don't. Add an integration. What if you have two Octoprints on the network? What will happen? There's no Octoprint integration. Is it in the community store maybe? I thought it was a main integration. Isn't that funny? 3 or 4 for Home Assistant. You should be doing you could do fine with a 3. But if you have a 4, use it. 2 Octoprints, no issue. It's in the YAML. Okay. Very well. All right. Well, pals and gals, that has been a fairly... Oops, there it was. Yeah. Oops, there it went again. Yep. There it is. It's time for sign-off. It's time for sign-off. It's time for sign-off.
You know what I don't like, Egg? I don't like walking into my room and seeing the notification light up on my Echo. It's like the yellow thing because it's like Amazon shopping. You want to order your envelopes.
Where do I come from, Electronics TV? I'm originally from Nevada, been all over the United States, and we are currently in Utah. All right, kiddies. How do we want to sign off today?
Like we're a baby.
Thanksgiving turkeys.
Like turkeys. We'll sign off gobble gobbles. Okay,
Gobble,
ready?
gobble.
Gobble, gobble, as always. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Adios.
Cheers.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Thanks for all your help today. Bye. To Discord. That's what Blade always says. To Discord to continue the conversation and